What's up guys, it's me again, Sir A, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this brand new video. So for today's videos, I'm gonna be talking about one of the most requested topic on my channel, as if I do have a lot of subscribers. But anyways, one of the most highly requested topic on my channel, and that is for me to talk about how to teach in the US, what are the requirements and what are the steps to be able to teach in the US. So I just wanted to make it clear that the things that I'll be talking today in my video are the steps and the requirements of how to teach here in the US when you are already here in the US, living, or you're already based here in the US, because that is my situation. I am already living here in the US before I apply for a teaching job, because a lot of my subscribers asking me how to teach in the US are still in the Philippines. And also, I just wanted to point out that the steps that I'll be talking also today are the steps in the state of Ohio. So there are 50 states in the US, and I do believe each state has their own standards, has their own steps, and has their own requirements on how to get a teaching job. So I just want to make it clear. So before I dive into my video for today, I just want to share to you guys my small knowledge and idea on how to get a teaching job here in the US and you are in the Philippines, if you're really interested. So there are many companies in the Philippines that has connection with the US Department of State that offers and sponsors J1 visa. So this is the type of visa that you need, the J1 visa. So this offers a cultural exchange program wherein you can go here in the States and then teach for 2 years. And then after that 2 years, you need to go back to the Philippines and share your experiences and then your ideas and then your memories while you were teaching here in the US. So I don't know if you can extend that visa. I don't know if you can reapply for another J1 visa. So that's for you to find out. So if you're really interested, you need to look into that one. So now let's go to the main thing. So for us to be able to teach in the US, of course, we need to have a teaching degree. And the problem with that one is we obtained our teaching degree outside the US. So in my case, I obtained my teaching degree from the Philippines. So I need to make sure that my teaching degree is equivalent to a teaching degree that is awarded from a US educational institution. So for us to be able to do that is we need to let our credentials or our transcript of records be evaluated. So the first step is evaluate our foreign credentials. Evaluating our foreign credentials is very simple. So there's a nonprofit organization here in the US called NACES, or the NACES stands for National Association of Credential Evaluation Services, that has a list of accredited private companies that do transcript or credential evaluation. You just need to pick one of them to do the evaluation of your credentials. So I know too, the ECE and WES. So ECE, that's Educational Credential Evaluators, and WES is World Education Services. So I personally choose the service of the Educational Credential Evaluators to do the evaluation of my foreign credentials, because I think it was the easiest and the fastest way of evaluating credentials that I know of before, because you just need to do is send them your original transcript of records and then your original diploma, and then just give them like 5 days to do the evaluation, and then they will send back the result to you, whether your teaching degree is equivalent to a teaching degree here in the US. And I didn't have any problem with that one. So my teaching degree in the Philippines is equivalent to a teaching degree here in the US. There's also WES, the World Education Services, to do the evaluation of your credentials, and it's just much more complicated compared to ECE, because you can't send them your credentials personally. It has to be coming from your institution, and then your institution would send your credentials to the WES or the WES, and then the WES will send the result to your institution and to you. So it's much more complicated, and I didn't have time to go back to my institution in the Philippines, so I just did the ECE. But still, it's up to you what private company you're going to use in evaluating your credentials for you to be able to teach here in the US. So that's the first step, evaluate your foreign credentials. So after you have your teaching degree evaluated, and then it is already equivalent to a teaching degree here in the US, the next thing that you need to do is you need to get your teaching license. And for you to be able to get a teaching license is you need to take an exam and pass the exam. So it's just basically the same thing as the LET, or the licensure examination for teachers in the Philippines. So in the state of Ohio, we have here what we call the OEE, the Ohio Assessment for Educators. The OAE, or the Ohio Assessment for Educators, has two types of exam. The first one is the Professional Knowledge Exam, and then the second one is the Content Area Exam. So the Professional Knowledge Exam is just basically the same thing as the Prof Ed exam in the Philippines, and then the Content Area Exam is your exam for your major. So in my case, I am specializing physical science or physics, so I took the Content Area Exam for physics. So we don't have like Gen Ed exam. So there are just two exams, Prof Ed and then the major, and you need to pass each one of them. And then you will take these two exams separately. It's up to you what type of exam you need to go first. It's either Prof Ed and then the major next, so it's up to you. And you need to pass them. And this type of exam it does not have a multiple type question test. Or you know what I mean? A multiple choice type of test. So there are questions in the exam that requires you to respond, to answer it like an essay form. So that's what makes it hard and much different to our licensure examination for teachers, and it's okay. So you need to pass those two exams. Also, that is a computer-based exam. You will answer the assessment or the exam in a computer. So I remember there are 150 questions in there, and you will need to finish the exam in 3 hours. So 150 questions in a computer in 3 hours. So that's how you're going to take the exam here in the state of Ohio, and then you need to pass them. And also, before taking the exam, you need to identify what type of license you're gonna take. So there are two types of license here. So there's K to 3, that's kindergarten up to 3rd grade, or the early childhood license. And then there's also 4th grade to 9th grade, that's middle childhood. And then we also have 7 to 12 license, that's for young adolescents. So in my case, I took a teaching license for 7 to 12 because I graduated with secondary education major in physics, so I am bound to teach high school students. So I choose 7 to 12 young adolescents license. So it's up to your teaching degree program or teaching degree also on what type of license are you gonna take. It's either K to 3, kindergarten to 3rd grade, 4th to 9th grade, that's middle childhood, and then high schools 7 to 12. And also there's another type of license that you need to choose. It's either professional license or a resident educator license. So the difference between the two is the resident educator license is if you are starting to teach, you need to get this license. So 4-year educator license. So when you start teaching, you need to have this license. Resident educator means you will undergo resident education program where each year you need to be evaluated for you to be able to get a professional license after 4 years. And with that, after 4 years, you can change your type of license into professional license. That's for 5 years. So in my case, I did not get the resident educator license because I was already teaching in the Philippines for 4 years. So I bypassed the resident educator license, and so I have right now a professional education license for 5 years, and I need to renew this license after 5 years. So for me to have license, and then that's where CPD units are gonna come. So that's it. So those are the things that you need to figure it out. You need to get your license, take the exam, pass the exam, and identify what type of license you have. It's based on the teaching degree that you graduated, high school or elementary, and then the type of license. So that's it. So when you have already your teaching license, you are now eligible to teach in the US. So after that is the last and the final step and the easiest step of all. It's finding a job. finding a teaching job in the US or in the state where you come from is, I think, easy. So you don't need to freak out, you don't need to worry that you will be unemployed. So there's a lot of teaching jobs out there. You just need to choose whether you will work on a private school, on a charter school, or in a public school. It's up to you. There's a lot of choices out there. And for you to be able to find a job that you like, there are so many things that you need to do. First one is, I think, you need to go to the Department of Education website of your state and then click the job opportunities there, and then you will see the list of schools that need some teachers. Or you can also go to the website of your preferred school, especially if there's a school near or close to you, or if there's a school that you would like to work. You just need to find the website of that school and then go to the human resource department and then find their requirements and then the steps on how to apply for a job, especially if they have vacancy. You can also apply online. You need to build your resume online and then find job online, and then the employers are gonna call you if they're interested in hiring you. And lastly, you can also attend job fairs, and job fairs has a lot of teaching opportunities, teaching job, or other related job that you'll be I think you'll be interested. So there are so many ways for you to find a teaching job here in the US. As long as you already have your license, you have your teaching degree, then you are very good to go. So with that being said, so those are the steps on how to get a teaching job here in the US. So I hope that I gave you some information that would be very, very helpful for you if you are really interested in getting a teaching job here in the US. So that's it for today. So once again, this is Sir A, and don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel for you to get update on the things that I want to share to the world. So thank you for watching this video and see you on the next one. Bye bye.